right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tink Kramer with Brian the Grizzly and Brandman Brandon. What is up, guys?
Same old, same old.
Yeah. So, shout out, quick sorry to anybody watching right now. Actually, me and Brian were over on Dynasty Pylon talking about some of the big NFL news that's going on. So, Dynasty Pylon, they are part of the Nerd Huddle like us. So, if you're into sports, especially into football, if you're into football, fantasy football, go check out Dynasty Pylon. Link is in the description. Martin and
after this
the guys
show,
over
you
there.
guys actually check it out. Look it up, Google it, put it in YouTube. They're probably live right now. Knowing them, like they're literally on 24 hours a day. I can't believe it. It's 20. I wake up sometimes in the middle of the night, 4:00 in the morning. Clear my eyes out, go on YouTube, type in Dynasty Pylon. They're live. I don't know how Martin knows. He just knows.
Yeah, it's football nonstop.
Man, yeah, and YouTube at 4 a.m. is usually a stamp on my on my mornings, my restless mornings. So
exactly,
I'm pretty much right there with you.
Yeah. Nice.
As Sandy said, he has green screens all around his apartment and his house now, so he just go from room to room, have green screens, and just
I think Speaking of which, I think I finally settled on one for on that I found on Amazon Prime. So I think I'm definitely going to pull the trigger on that, so I can have a more suited background.
Hey, Prime Day is the 12th and 13th.
Yep.
Yeah. YouTube won't let me forget about it. Non-stop freaking commercial. Every freaking commercial is a Prime Day commercial. Kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. But yeah, when real quick before we get into it, so his wife put that like there's green screens everywhere. There's that guy who he started off like he was in the car with the green screen behind him. That I thought about him. He has a new video. I was trying to look for it, but he was in a MMA fight. He's in the suit with the green screen with the laptop and trying to punch with one hand. The dude knocks him out, and he just like out cold. His head like that blinks face and just falls down. And then they show it from his webcam, and like, it's just like the green screen's going in and out, and he's holding it, and then you just see him go, I was like, oh shit, man. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll share it to the group.
Andy, you're so right. It's almost here, guys.
Andy, you're my hero.
It's almost here.
Yeah, I rewatched Ragnarok earlier today. I just love that movie so much.
I would rewatch it, but I watch it regularly every other day just because.
Already on TV.
It's at least a once a month watch for me. It's one of the MCU movies that never ever gets old for me.
I don't know if it's my favorite movie, but it's the easiest one. That one and Ant-Man are the two easiest ones to watch for me. Ant-Man and Wasp.
I liked Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hell, I liked both Ant-Man movies, but yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp kind of gets kind of swept under the rug, and I always really liked it.
It's Paul Rudd, and he's a vampire. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I was watching him on Friends. I was like, you're an adult on Friends? Everyone else on Friends don't got fake teeth, fake skin. Paul Rudd looks exactly the same.
Paul Rudd woke up one day and just decided, I'm going to stop aging.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like watching from Clueless to Friends to his own movies, and you're looking like, wow, he looks exactly the same in all of them.
He's in Parks and Rec too, which is awesome.
He's in Parks and Rec. He had a voice cameo on one episode of iZombie. If anyone ever watched that show,
did he really?
Yeah. When the town was under martial law. And the zombies were like kind of getting someone to record like videos and stuff for them, and it was Paul Rudd's voice. And I don't know if you remember the military leader Chase Graves. He's like, "Oh, that's Paul Rudd's voice. He's great. He's a great get."
That's awesome.
And it was actually Paul Rudd.
That's awesome. He's in Bob's Burgers. He's the horse. He's the voice of Tina's imaginary horse.
So her imaginary horse is Paul.
Yeah. So here, real quick. So I found that video. So this is Martin just walking around with his laptop and a green screen all the time. So like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
like he just like out. But the no, they gotta show. The best part is like everyone watching it on the Zoom. Like that's the best part. Like his face is bull.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. That's coming back.
Look at the woman at the bottom, like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing the Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
That's great.
That was the first thing I thought about. It was like just Martin walking around with a green screen hooked on his back. There you go. There, yeah. Frank Lapenia, the green screen guy. That's you, man. Oh man. We say everything since Wet Hot American Summer was pretty good.
Wet Hot American Summer was when I actually.
Was that before Clueless?
No, that was after.
After Clueless.
Yeah. Wet Hot American Summer was the 2000s, was it, or was it not?
I think it was. I think you're right.
I know Clueless was 95.
You're saying after. Yeah. Clueless was early.
Yeah.
But even well, I'm trying to remember what else he did before. Like right after Clueless.
He was in Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers as Tommy Doyle.
2001 Red Hot American Summer.
Yeah, 2001.
I mean, how old is Paul Rudd? He has to be like 100 years old.
I think he's like 53. I want to say.
He's 53?
That man is 53 years old.
Yeah, friend.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Just decided one day to just stop aging. sheer force of will.
He looked in the mirror and saw a wrinkle. He's like, no, and then like he flanned out, and then that was it. Was it like from was it Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Yeah.
When the officer was gonna cry, he's like, no.
And the tear went.
Yeah.
Back in that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I remember.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. No,
go ahead. I was just gonna say, I remember being like so over the moon when I heard that he was cast as Ant-Man, and that he was going to be playing the Scott Lang version. Like I would have been fine with him as Hank Pym even, but he kind of fit Scott Lang a lot more. And he's basically doing the Robert Downey Jr. thing where he's basically playing himself within the MCU. But he's just so damn charming that it works.
Yeah, he's.
I almost want to ask, what's your
hate
favorite
him?
Paul Rudd movie? I mean, remember him Forgetting Sarah Marshall when he's a surf instructor? There's so many movies that are just great.
I Love You Man is probably my favorite.
I Love You Man.
I saw that in the movie theater. It is hilarious.
Role Models. Role Models.
Role Models is so good too.
Really good too. Role Models is really good too. But I mean, Anchorman, he was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if
60% of the time it works every time.
Yeah, there you go. Got Paul Rudd on the soundboard.
I don't know, man. I Love You Man is probably my favorite. That's too hard.
I Love You Man is really, really good. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that one and get back.
All right, bro, Chino. Let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Role Model is also David Lean flick.
It is.
Yeah.
Which you can feel it. They're exactly the same feel, Yeah,
I love that movie. But yeah, man, let's move on. So we're gonna get into Miss Marvel first, then The Boys, and then we're gonna finish with some trailers. So let's start with Miss Marvel. Where's my little thingy? There we go. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. This week we are talking about Miss Marvel episode 5. Was it Time and Again? I think it was called, or what was the name of this episode?
I don't even remember, but I do know that I was emotional watching it. Like, wow.
Definitely. Like
Yeah.
right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the name of today's episode?
It was something like this, like that, where it was like a time name. Well, time and again, yeah.
I mean, again, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure was.
Yeah, that was the name of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Time
so-
and yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, we'll just start off with some initial thoughts, and then we'll get into some good stuff, bad stuff, and then some predictions for the finale. So, what are you guys' initial thoughts right after watching it? What you guys think?
Right after watching it, just like Brian said, very, very emotional from pretty much from the word go. And I think I've said this in the past, and just to reiterate, the family dynamic is what's really, really, really working on this show for me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just the interactions between the cons. It's so heartfelt and it's so positive, and you don't really see, like I've said in the past, you don't see a whole lot of positive, family or mother daughter or father son relationships. So the fact that it's so positive is just
That's
really,
because
really
most
hooking me in.
superheroes are orphans.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that wasn't your Facebook status, Brandon, because I was going to say that same exact thing. So that's not what you said for the first 15 minutes of the show.
Oh, Andy was spying on me. That's so flattering. Yeah, just to go off, dude. Young Aisha was bad. She was so bad. Like I'm sitting there eating breakfast, getting ready to leave this morning, and I'm like, damn, girl.
So
Brandon's
when
like,
I first saw that, yeah. Well, when I first saw that, I'm like, I thought you meant like, oh, like she was a badass. I'm like, oh, cool. We're gonna see her be like super cool. And afterward, I'm like, the hell was he talking about? And then I saw the tweet. I'm like, oh, okay. I think I put the wrong
she's
emphasis
fine.
on the word bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was watching this and being able to see what the partition like happened was very emotional. And seeing people that are in the same country, being persecuted because of their religious beliefs and being separated between Hindus and Muslim faith was really emotional. Like it was almost hard to watch, but they did it so well. It is so well, not wasn't blaming either side, but it was just more like this is what happened. And can you imagine having to leave something that a place where you've been there for centuries? And that's the story of a lot of cultures, especially from the 1600s to the 1900s, to mid 1900s. That's a story that you hear, and having to get on trains and leave everything and had to start all over. Not because you want to, because you have to. It was
you're like
emotional.
To,
the fact,
but and then realizing that this family that you're watching is just like my family, or though they might not be praying to the same God, they're very similar to everything that I see. The people aren't different just because they believe in something different. They're still the same type of people, and I think that's what they're trying to get at, understanding that they're just like you. You're just like them. We're all people. We all are emotional. We all love our families. That's what you have to get. And if you understand those things, you're going to understand this whole show and understand why it needed to happen and why she needs to be a superhero. So,
yeah. And the fact that it's not shying away from exactly everything that you mentioned, Brian, is I think that's really, really great. It's not something that you typically associate with shows of this ilk or this genre. So the fact that it's delving into that, just like you said, man, it's very, very essential to the character of Kamala, this Americanized, Muslim girl. She's growing up, spent her whole life in Jersey. So I think it's very vital to her character growth, not just in this show, but moving forward to the Marvels or wherever else she's going to be in the MCU later down the line.
I just her. I'm thinking like I'm saying this even for when we look at Wakanda Forever, when we go into any of these shows that are going to put a different culture other than this American culture, you're thinking I hate colonialism. Yeah, obviously I hate colonialism, but my point is that you're going to see that these people are just like you. People that you don't necessarily know or see a lot still function the same way that you function, and you need to be more accepting of it. And I think that's what I think actually some of the hate has started to diminish it because of that being the number one story all the time, every show. They're just like you. They're everything you're seeing, it's the same thing that happened in your family. Your kids are going through the same culture shocks and going and dealing with all these things. It might be worse, better or worse, but it's still the same thing you all going through. Everyone goes through the same thing when they're growing up. You see it through generations between her mother and herself, and her grandmother, and when she was a child. It's the same thing. Everyone's going through the same thing, and you have to realize that and stop thinking that what you went through is way harder, or that no one really went through anything that bad or anything. Just realize it's all the same thing. We're all coming from that space, and be accepting.
Yeah. I mean, it also
be decent.
It also talks about or shows how even though Kamala will be considered more American, but she's the first generation really American, because even her mother, is from Pakistan. So it's a good connection, not only to for the character to this power means something, but it means something because it connects all these women in the family, and this episode showed that, where it's just how important the women are and how important these powers are, and the stories that families tell each other, because it kind of ended where the grandmother Nani was being made fun of, all the aunts and everyone else oh, she's crazy and she's the weird one, and then they made more and more rumors about it because they didn't like what she was saying, and obviously it made the mom upset, which pushed the mom away. But it's she found out all these stories were true,
and then all these words about Aisha, her grandmother, were wrong. No, she died protecting her family, yet no one ever brings that up. No one saw her get stabbed. And all these terrible rumors, she ran out of her family. She's a terrible person. No, she's probably the bravest person you ever seen.
Yeah.
So it was just really, really interesting, connecting to your past and stuff like that. And I think this is really gonna make the next episode more impactful, because now she has her mom behind her. She has her family behind her now. And they support her, which I wasn't sure how they were going to get to it. And I like how they did, with this episode, really connecting everyone together, from the past to the present, and I mean, it was just really I thought well thought out and well executed, and just well told about it.
Real good.
Yeah. And I really loved that, her family, upon finding out her secret, we're so used to the family finding out the true identity, or, someone close to them, and then being like, oh, I don't want you to do this. You're going to kill yourself, blah, blah, blah. You're going to do all this. So you ought, at least for me, you automatically think that kind of comes with the territory, and you think that's inevitably going to happen. So it was really a breath of fresh air to see Mrs. Khan, her grandmother, obviously, all have her back in that regard. I was taken by surprise with that, but I welcomed it.
It was something she said that really resonated with me about, I know I have to let you go. And I'm sorry that I've been holding too tight recently, because I recognize it's coming to an end. And I think that is every parent, as they have a child who's growing older, they see that and they have to deal with that.
Yep.
They see eventually this is coming to an end. My baby is about to be an adult, and it's hard. That's a hard thing to have to face, and they don't want to let go. And are they wrong for that? When you have a child, you know that they're not. But when you are that child, you're like, why are you holding me so tight?
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that through the generations was just so intense. And to the point where I paused it a couple of times. I went 20 minutes. I paused it, went back and watched that 20 minutes again.
Yeah.
And I thought that because it was so impactful, I thought that was important. And I wanted to really understand where they're coming from and understand where the mother's coming from. Because even the trip going with her mother was really important too. For her, so now it healed her mother, her and Annie's family, and they're connected to each other. So now they have each other again. So her mother won't feel lonely, and she's now able to let her daughter go a little bit more, and I think that matters, and it's something that's needed at the time.
Definitely.
I want to know, do they keep secret or do they tell her father?
Oh, the father's got to find out. He's got to find out.
Yeah,
he has to.
Only because Bruno just got blown up.
Yeah.
And the little convenience store, that sucked. I was really upset about that. I was pissed. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you hear that Bruno's family left him, his parents left him.
Yeah.
And so that the Khans really are the de facto family for him. And that makes you understand why he's so, always there. He's celebrating with everything because basically that's his de facto family.
Yeah.
I think. I'll save that for. Never mind. I'll save what I think about Bruno for like wild speculations towards the end. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Brandon?
I was just gonna say at one point when Kamran showed up and called Bruno Brian again, I was like, no, he's doing this on purpose now.
So, what do you guys think about the fact that Cameron has powers now? His mother passed on. So, first of all, his mother sacrificed herself to close the void, which was interesting, and she did it for her son. And then she passed on the powers on to him. What do you think he knows? Do he has any idea what's going on?
No, I don't think he knows because he was like,
he's coming. He's coming.
Yeah. Well, it reminded me of like a 5-year-old. Like, no, I have to stay here. They're gonna find me. That's what it reminded me of. Like just
Ray.
like a child. Yeah. God, don't bring that up. You're gonna summon Derpy. Where's Derpy? He's like, can we talk crap about Star Wars? Yeah, it reminded me of like very, very childish.
Yeah, childish naivete, pretty much.
Yeah. But
yeah,
what were you gonna say?
Nothing. I was just gonna say, just in addition, I don't think he knows exactly what happened to his mother. Obviously, he's going to find out one way or another, probably through Kamala herself.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting and abrupt way to end things.
How does he act when he finds that out? Does he become the villain? Does he blame Kamala?
I don't see how he could.
I don't think
she already kind of.
I don't think.
It's his mom.
Yeah, I don't see him blaming Kamala. He kind of realized the the drive of his mother to get home, and even if it meant hurting Kamala. So I don't think it would be too much of a stretch for him, to buy and understand what really ended up happening to her. To an extent, because she did end up sacrificing herself, which was a little, based on what we know so far, seemed a little abrupt and out of character for her.
It was really weird and really abrupt, and I thought that was a little bit of a problem. But I think I could see him blaming, especially initially, blaming Kamala because you weren't supposed to get caught. You weren't supposed to use that, open up that a portal. Because you allowed it to happen. Now my mother's gone. Someone's going to become a villain. Someone has to. I think Cameron has a good beef. He lost his parents and he's alone. He's totally alone.
Yeah. I don't know if the show's going to set that up because that after the episode finished, I turned around to my girlfriend. I'm like, who's gonna be the bad guy? There's still an episode left, and the bad guys are gone. So I'm like, is it gonna be Cameron or what? And then she gets home and she goes, well, it's gonna be the damage control. It's gonna be the government. And when I thought about it, I'm like, it's kind of true because they already told you in the flashback who was the real bad guys. It was the British, messing up that country and doing this and trying to separate and stuff like that.
Colonialism.
They might
divide and conquer.
But also it made me starting to think of like this might just be the seed where they start to introduce the mutants, because that's the big thing with the mutants is the government hates them, and all these politicians hating them because they're different. You already have this government or this organization that is trying to track down these people with powers. So
I mean, you making her a djinn kind of makes her into like a mutant.
Yeah,
So,
it would be so cool if they start planting the seeds for mutants. At this point.
I mean, it could easily, whatever guy there could be somebody working in there now that becomes that senator that like makes the Sentinels, and you can easily transition that this organization hates people with powers, and I think it might lead into that. But I think, I don't think Cameron's going to be the bad guy. I think he's going to get confused, like you said, a little bit, and he's going to blame her, but not really, because he does like her and he understands I think him and her and Brian. Oh my God, it got me saying.
He called him Brian.
Got me saying.
You're doing it too now. You're doing it too now.
But also, I like that it was legit. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." That was hilarious. I'm like, that's good. That's legit. He didn't know.
That was really funny.
His name being Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. I mean, come on, I hear that 1,000 times a day.
Yeah. Real quick, we got Andy coming in. Did the clandestines predate the Islamic faith?
That's
possibly.
I don't know. So Islam is just like Hinduism and Islam. I mean, this is very old religion.
You start to tie the clandestines, whatever, to something inhuman, maybe later down the road. Inhumans were here long ago, according to MCU, obviously. So yeah, and then Muhammad was born, 570 CE. I mean, if you start doing the clandestines, jinn, Inhumans, if you start to call them that or something like that, I mean, those guys were around before anything. So
yeah, but it doesn't seem like these clandestines have been around that long. They've been around a long time, but it doesn't.
This group.
Yeah, Najma seems like she was around for what, maybe 50, 60 years. Like, it doesn't seem like it was like that long. Like, their plan was part of this partition. I think they started a lot of this stuff. I think that was kind of what their plan was. I don't think they've been around that long.
Yeah. And see, Dirt Brief, sorry, I'm late. You're good, man. You're good.
What's going on, Dirt?
Yeah. But I mean, they're not. I don't know. It depends on what they do with clandestines. I think eventually, whatever she is going to eventually going to be called Inhumans somehow. I think Kevin Feige obviously has a plan for the most part. It's a good plan. I tend to like. There's parts where I'm kind of like, what? But it is what it is.
So I mean, the other thing they could do is actually bring the Eternals in. They could bring the Eternals and say the clandestines have been around since the Eternals too. They could do that, so they could say they've been around forever. I just don't. It didn't feel that way because you just had a child now. Like, it doesn't. It didn't feel like this is something that you didn't wait 12,000 years and then said, "Let me have a kid." Like, it feels like it might have been like 50 or 60 years, and she's finally, okay, she had a kid, whatever. And I think that even what Kamala says, like, you took that away from Aisha. Why would you not take it away from Cameron? I thought that was. I think that's going to be the focus of the next episode, hopefully. And is this the last episode? I'm a little pissed. How you gonna wait till all this stuff now, and now you want to finish it in 15 minutes? Come on, Feige. Killing me, man.
Yeah, just dump it all in the final episode.
Mhm.
Unless I don't think they will, unless they pull like what they did with like the final episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, make it a little bit longer than some of the others. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, they
Andy,
might, but I don't see
I
it
want
being
to forget about that show.
Yeah, that's why he got his brain mushed in Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, that's what I felt after watching that stupid show. You know,
I think I made it through 2.5 episodes, and then I tapped out.
Really? The first one, I fell asleep in the middle of it. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I tried to watch the second one. I said 10 minutes in, I said, nope. Watching Castle.
And originally Inhumans was planned to be a movie, and then for whatever reason they went the TV show route. Just it's not too late, to just move forward with the movie plans. Just make a movie, do it right this time, and keep Anson Mount as Black Bolt. Consider it a soft reboot. Just pretend like the TV show didn't happen, because
different universe.
To me, in the minds of many others, no one wants to remember that crap anyway.
All right, question. So, what movie? This last episode, do you think Ms. Marvel's coming in? Do you think? Because you already said now you think the government's going to be the bad guy. If that's the case, then it's not going to be Rambeau. It's not going to probably be in the last episode then, because Monica Rambeau is a good part if she's running that
I don't
division.
think she's running that division. I think she's part of Sword, right?
Yeah.
This is like
Well, she's not part of Sword yet, is she?
I think so, because at the end of WandaVision,
I mean, she was dealing with them
scrolls. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I thought I saw Captain Marvel in the promo.
I think Carol Danvers showing up would just be a much more fitting payoff. That's what I'm hoping for, but I think it would be, just considering the mega fan that Kamala is, what better ending, would it be for her to meet her idol? That's what I think.
But she's gonna be heartbroken because Bruno is going to go to Cal. He's leaving. He ain't got no reason to stay. He has nowhere to live. They blew up his store. Kamala has been, MIA. He's going to go to Cal. That's what I think. She's going to be heartbroken. He's going to say, "I'm sorry, but I got to continue. I got to live somewhere. I got to do something." He's going to leave. Cameron's still going to be around, but he's not going to like Kamala as much. She's going to be heartbroken, and I think that she ends up seeing Captain Marvel, but all that stuff is happening.
Yeah. I hope she sees Captain Marvel. It'll be a nice little prelude to the Marvels for next year.
Yeah.
Well, what about Nakia? Do you think Nakia?
Well, real quick,
go ahead.
So
go ahead.
with Ms. Marvel, when they did their little time jump thing, I loved it. I thought it was super awesome that the Bengal did it, like her powers did it. When they did it though, I started thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder if that's the trigger that Miss Marvel's like, hold on, somebody's dicking around with time again. Like, I need to go back to Earth and see who's messing with it. Because I think she's gonna have some kind of like, I don't know, senses it. I mean, they sense where Thanos was using the stone, so I'm assuming they can do something like that again. So I think that's when I wonder if that's it. Is like, hey, somebody did a time skip again. We need the big guns to come check this out just in case, and then so I think she's gonna come in possibly guns blazing and see it's a kid, and we're like, hold on, so and then obviously she's gonna
Kamala is like actually like Kamala's probably trying to defend herself, and she probably grabs her or something like that, and realizes who it is, and then
like,
oh my
god, yeah. Well, Andy said real quick, I don't think Damage Control is going to be the final villain. Who else can it be? I mean, I guess Cameron would be the only other one, but I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like Cameron being the final villain.
No, and I don't know if I'd buy him, kind of turning to antagonist.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially
can't have too many guys though. So we got Kareem. You have Kareem. It doesn't seem like he's going to be the final villain. But you have Cameron, who actually has an arc that would make sense to him to go somewhere else. You got Bruno, who's probably leaving her, and she's going to only have Nakia left in her life to deal with this stuff. And I don't see anyone else being able to be a villain besides either Damage Control or Cameron.
It's gonna be one of them two. I agree.
Or
Really
they just bring someone totally out of nowhere. They do a Loki and just bring like, the one above all, or
at the end.
At the end, just totally just like F my mind F everybody. It's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Be interesting to see where they go.
Yeah. But any last we said Cameron, but it'll be out of his control. Oh, like he got the power is brainwash, maybe? Is that what you're thinking? Or emotions?
Or the power brings along
true MCU villain.
Yeah, but or the power brings along him feeling that way.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. That last episode, one episode left, and it's a lot. But any last things before we move on, because we've been kind of about 30 minutes already for this one.
Do you have any wild speculation in the other ones?
I got one. If Brandon wants to go first.
I'm honestly not sure, because it would have to be somebody that's already established, because otherwise someone or something else coming out of left field, very seldom does that kind of thing work.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'd like to think that Marvel's kind of been stepping their game up a little bit here, at least here and there, with some of their with some of their villains. Some of them still are kind of miss, but when they hit, they very much do hit. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I could speculate all day based on what we already know. So really, I'm just trying to just kind of wait it out, man.
Yeah. What about you? You got anything, Brian?
Besides maybe Cameron being the villain of all this, exactly like her, having powers very similar to her. I can see that's what it is. I mean, usually the villain has similar powers. I don't see them having both of them fighting for good without a bad person. I feel like that has to be it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that Damage Control is not going to come in trying to be angry with her, trying to get her to say no. He's actually been doing these things before, and it's not him. It's the other dimension that's calling out to him, and you have to stop him, and he's not going to understand it, and they're going to have to face off.
That'd be interesting. Like you said, it's out of his control. Same, what like Andy said. Okay. I wouldn't be too bad with that, because then it's not him. It's
it's the power,
or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the Dormammu. I mean, it's the same type of thing. Like some people, the other dimension is controlling some of these things.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting. So one thing I was thinking about, I was like, Bruno is gonna have his parents be somebody important. I think. I don't know who. I feel like though they can easily tie it into somebody of importance. You know what I mean? Maybe not anybody that we know yet. Maybe not anybody in the MCU already, but like future characters or something like that. Because you got to explain why is he so smart. I mean, granted, yeah, there's just smart people. That parents were not so smart. I get it. But in the MCU, nothing happens by accident. I mean, smart people are smart because, their parents are smart, or something like that. So, and they're gonna find a way, I think, to do something with his
maybe
parents.
Mr. Fantastic. I mean, Reed Richards is one of the smartest men in all of the universe of all time. I mean, they argued that he's as smart as Iron Man, if not smarter than Iron Man. Would that be? I mean, maybe that. But maybe he's his little brother or something like that too.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be smaller, just because you have to keep it in a show. Because I think That'll be something
Yeah.
where he has to now choose between: do I stay with Kamala? Do I go to the school, or do I chase this, thread that might lead to my parents? And I think that might be a good thing too. Because then Kamala needs to figure out, like, if he goes to school, then Kamala's like, okay, cool, I get it. But now it's like, oh shit, do I help my buddy out? My friend, my best friend, or do I go, run and play superhero with, my idol? So,
Mhm.
so yeah, I don't know.
That's
I think
a
that'd
good
be kind of interesting. But Andy said it's gonna be the blonde from the first episode, the evil cheerleader. In the comics, I think her and Kamala's friend, who just got like voted in on the
on the
on
board.
the
The
board
board.
thing. I think in the comics they wind up becoming a couple. I could be wrong, but I thought I read something like that.
So Kamala and Nakia.
The Nakia and the blonde chick.
Oh
cheerleader
wow!
chick.
That,
I think in the
for
comic
her to
book.
be that Muslim, whoa, that would be crazy. Tearing down all walls.
Right.
I got you. Just
Yeah.
all throw them all down. I don't know
Yeah.
if Disney's that strong. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Or
Right?
that brave.
We'll see. But yeah, I think so. I could be wrong. I would double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what I was reading it about. Go check out was it Chillmonger? He's like huge into Miss Marvel kind of stuff. He's been talking about her for a long time. So, and he just started following the channel. So yeah, go check out Chillmonger. He has I like his channel. It's pretty funny. He does like some cool stuff too. So, but cool, man. Anything else before we move on?
No. I will say the show legitimately is making me want to start picking up Miss Marvel comics.
Yeah, I same. I want to know more.
I just love when you take something that really happened in the past and have history lesson a little bit along with the show. That's why I love Captain America and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I love that when you take something from the past and you put it in there. It makes the show better. It really does.
It makes you want to look into real life stuff. Like the Watchmen. Like I think I didn't know about the Tulsa, massacre until I watched Watchmen, and then I'm like, oh shit, this is real. Same thing with this. I didn't know about this partition thing until the show, and then I started looking into it, and I'm like, oh wow.
I never really looked into it. And adding things like that really happened, it adds more dimension to it. It adds layers. It makes it feel like a little bit more than just like a slam bang comic show or comic series. In a lot of cases, there needs to be more than just action, explosions, fight scenes, and stuff like that. So it's adding a lot of depth and fleshing it out a lot more, which is what I'm really enjoying about it.
I'm enjoying the show a lot more than early reviewers were saying. Yeah. I thought I was gonna enjoy it. I'm like, yeah, I usually like stuff because at worst it's okay and it's still fun. But I thought that's what this was gonna be because everyone's like, oh, it's a teenage show, So I was like, all right, whatever. It's not. It's really not. It's way more than that. So I am liking it. But yeah, cool. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
All right. So I know, Brian, you got to go handle some business real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
All right. Good. Do your thing. And then I saw Andy Bush said, "You guys ready for vegan Craven the Hunter? Craven the vegan."
I think, Andy, all of us can do without not even thinking about that and just pretending like that does not exist.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to bring this up, but I wasn't sure. This is Aisha, right? Yeah. I mean, I was not expecting like a model like in But I guess she's an actress, singer from Pakistan. Film. I guess she's done a lot of like stuff over there. Actor-in-Law is one of the bigger ones she did. Load Wedding. So she's a pretty big actress. In Pakistan. So
she is BAD.
Yeah.
Bad.
So yeah. I think in the show, the first time she like turned around, I was like, okay, like getting that model look going. Yeah. So yeah, I guess her dad was also one of her parents were also an actor too. So she was kind of like grew up in the industry. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, she was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't they have Donald Glover Prowler movie?
With all these needless Spider-Man villain movies that Sony seems to be making, right. I'd say a Prowler movie would be the most welcome.
Anything with Donald Glover, I'm in. I want more.
Yeah. More
of him.
Yeah, Donald Glover's the man. So
yeah,
I'd be totally game.
Yeah. I don't know how long Brian's gonna be out. But we're gonna do some trailers. Obviously, we're gonna do Clerks 3 for sure. But that one I'll probably wait for Brian to come back.
Okay.
And then I was gonna do what was the one? Here. Also The Woman King with Viola Davis. That looked freaking awesome. Like yeah. I mean, without getting too much into it, it reminded me of like 300 kind of vibe, but like in like Africa, and it was pretty cool. I was like not expecting that like at all. Like you see Viola Davis and you're like, oh, okay, but like, oh shit, she's gonna kick some ass. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't even get around to watching the trailer just yet, but it's Viola Davis, so anything she's in is worth a watch. She kills it in everything that she's in.
Yeah. Here, we'll check this one out while Brian's gone.
Sure.
Up.
Ready whenever you are.
Let me share the audio too.
All right.
Let me take that down. We got his comment up. All right. Wait, hold on. What do you say? Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so we're gonna watch a trailer. This one's called Amsterdam. So this one's got a pretty good cast. We got it's from David O. Russell. Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Chris Rock,
Washington, Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I think looking down the during the cast list, the only kind of one that I'm not too familiar with as an actor is Taylor Swift, and I'm like,
is she in this one too?
She is in this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they name drop her in the trailer. It's kind of weird, but yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's check it out, and then if Brian, you want to sneak in.
Harold, I don't know what you think you're doing. Excuse me. Hello. Got a dead white man in a box. Not even a casket. Doesn't even have a top on it. In a pine box of old wood. Who do you think's gonna get in trouble here?
Do me a favor. Try to be optimistic. You don't get here without things starting a long time ago.
Everywhere is...
So, 2 soldiers and a nurse found ourselves in
Amsterdam.
We formed a pact, and we swore to protect each other, no matter what.
Tax the rich.
We find ourselves in a situation where we're accused of killing someone, which is not true.
You and Woodman fled the scene. The killer pointed at us.
We didn't do anything. Why would you possibly think that was us? Well, there's not too many people that fit the description of a doctor looking for his eye on the ground with his black attorney. Columbia Law School.
Life is funny.
We need someone to help us to find the truth. My friend was killed because of something monstrous that he had seen.
This is all turning out to be a lot larger than any of us. You're gonna have to take my lead getting out of this. I had to stab a guy. I had to hit a lady with a brick one time.
What?
It's a long story, but with you two, it'll be a cakewalk.
These are dangerous times.
You be careful.
What's her name?
I'm about to do
Sorry,
something
in the
that could cost me my life. The cuckoo is in the nest, and the cuckoo's about to be trapped. Cuckoo.
Damn, that is a cast.
I'm like, did you just bring everybody?
Cast is stacked, right?
Comes from Zurich. It removes all pain. Guys like me, we have to turn to booze, to morphine, and that can lead to addiction. Oh, that's fast. That is advanced.
Oh, that's great.
November.
Yeah, you gotta.
Did I say Drake is in it? What?
Did
Did
it?
it?
Right before, right there.
Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David
That's
Washington,
not- I saw.
Anna Mathis,
It hit.
Zoe's
play.
and I don't see Mike Myers. I saw them like, is that
I saw Mike
Myers?
Myers. I saw, yeah.
Yeah. Holy crap. That is
Stacked cast.
that's insane. That's yeah. I mean, just the three main
By
characters:
the way-
Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and David Washington.
And John David Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah. And just
Christian
going
Bale
by the
doesn't watch
vibe of that
Scream.
trailer, I never would have guessed it was David O. Russell. It kind of gave off like the feel of a Coen Brothers film.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was
But-
fast.
and
It's a who done it. I mean, especially being in Amsterdam. I mean, just that's
So I mean, both of those movies, the director, Silver Lining Playbook, Oscars, all over that one. American Hustle, again, Oscars all over there. I wouldn't be surprised if who's the main guy that was in both of those? What's his name? The guy who played
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley
yeah.
Cooper shows up randomly. Usually directors and guys like that tend to hang out together a lot.
Yeah, most directors, have that go-to actor.
So, what do you guys think?
But
You gonna check this one
I
out?
definitely liked that trailer.
Definitely. That I mean, I might have to bookmark that in November. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in
There's
for
nothing
that.
else.
I will definitely
There's
be
nothing else
checking
coming
that
out in November, right?
Yeah, kind of forever.
Yeah. I'll say, I think what
I've already mentioned how I feel about Wakanda Forever. I'm probably gonna sit that one out.
Also, this movie has the person that you should recast as T'Challa, John David Washington. I've been saying it ever since I saw Tenet. Yes, that man is amazing. He already has connections. His uncle is Samuel L. Jackson. I think it was like, come on, young, good actor, connections. His dad's, freaking Denzel. So, yeah, I mean, I thought that would be easy. But
I don't know. You don't know how he does
not.
accents. I mean, you got to remember I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Wakanda Forever surprises everybody and it's during the blip, and that's how they get away with it. I don't know. I worry about the last thing that they showed and what some of the guys are saying, but it could be during the blip, and then that way they didn't kill off T'Challa again. Hoping.
Hopefully.
I still refuse to call it the blip. I think that's just a stupid name. It was just one of many try-hard attempts in Spider-Man No Way Home to be, or Spider-Man Far From Home to be quirky. I refuse to call it frigging Peter Tingle. Call that shit Spider Sense like it's supposed to be called. Quit coming up with these little quirky try-hard names.
It's the Peter Tingle.
It's
it's gonna become the Spider Sense because ain't no one knows.
No one knows who Peter is.
So we gotta replace it. So real quick, also November films, ones that we got on the book to possibly watch: Pinocchio, Knives Out 2, Black Panther 2, The Menu, Creed 3, Strange World, and now
Creed 3 too. Oh my goodness!
I forgot about Creed 3. I didn't even realize it was coming out this year.
I knew it was coming out.
They were even filming it.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, all these, they could easily be pushed back, at any time. But
I think Creed 3 is already done filming.
Yeah,
I think so too. Come to think of it, I had just forgotten that they were even filming it earlier in the years. I know like Jonathan Majors is going to be in it as a
which is huge.
Jonathan,
that'd be awesome.
Boy, you got Jonathan
so
Majors.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
Such a good new actor. He's so good. He's so good. He's
Harder They Fall.
He's got a nice. Yeah, he's got a nice year ahead of him with Creed. Who knows how many appearances he's going to make over the next year or so as Kang. And obviously, we know he's going to be in Quantumania. I'm keeping an eye on him. we will watch his career very
It's
carefully.
a skyrocket. I mean, and he's going to be huge. And that's the type of person that you want in MCU right now because he's young enough, but he's seasoned enough. Seasoned actor enough that you believe anything he does. I mean, you saw he stole the show in Loki. Loki was the best film show. I mean, that we had on Disney Plus ever. Period. And he stole the show. So that's what you want. You want that type of guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. One last thing before we move on. Ezra Miller screwed up, and we all have to wait for Keaton Batman. Yeah, thanks.
Screwed up is the understate is quite the understatement.
Exactly.
That dude is doing everything that he can to become Reverse Flash in real life.
He is legit becoming a villain, and
he's becoming a supervillain.
Yeah,
he's becoming a supervillain.
Oh, I don't have it with me. There's a meme I saw where it says Ezra Miller, in the movies, and it's a picture of him as the Flash, and they're like Ezra Miller in real life, and it's a picture of him like of A-Train. It's like
oh, I saw that one too.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! Check that out, and a perfect segue. Yes,
let's do it.
Give me that.
Let's go.
Yes, that was such a good segue because we are talking about The Boys, episode 7. Yeah, right.
Yep, episode 7.
Holy
yes.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Well,
yeah.
A-Train. Where's Derpy?
Hold on. Let me. I just want to share my little thumbnail I have for that because I think it says enough right there.
What's that? Oh, your thumbnail. Where's Derpy? I know Derpy was like, "Oh, A-Train, that's it. He's gone.
This is the moment, guys. Right here. This is the moment. Look at his face.
Yeah. That was
wow.
Insane ending.
Yeah. You can only say holy shit after each episode. I'm just every episode this season, I can legitimately say pretty much every episode this season, by the time it ends, I'm at a loss for words and I'm telling myself, oh, I gotta run that back and just to reprocess what I just witnessed.
Yeah.
But I mean that in the best possible way. It's so good.
I can't believe they went Star Wars on us. I can't believe they went Star Wars
I didn't
on
expect
us.
that myself.
At least for now. We'll get into some like wild speculations at the end of it all. But yeah, that was oh boy.
Definitely a lot of satisfying moments. So, Starlight recording Homelander and him trying to play it off. Mother's Milk punching that Todd guy. What else
Finally.
was there? Yeah. And all things considered, Mother's Milk was being very, very cool up until that point. Up until when Todd, kind of questioned his parenting.
Yeah, I felt so terrible for him because now his daughter looks at him and is like, "Why are you doing these things? Why are you being this monster? You're wrong." Even though he's trying to protect her for things that he knows how bad Homelander is, and can't have her, looking up to that guy. And he's like, "You don't do that with my daughter." It's like, "Oh, you ain't a dad anyway." Honestly, you had to pull me off of him. You had to pull me off of him. He only punched him once.
He only punched him once. Yeah. Put him to sleep.
That was probably more than enough.
He should get an award. He should get like a medal.
Why?
For holding back?
Why would you mouth off to a dude that big and that imposing?
Right?
You thought you behind a computer screen, huh? When you said that to him. That's the wrong one.
My biggest issue is why isn't the wife saying something? She knows what Mother's Milk goes through and she knows what he knows is right. So why wouldn't she like, hey dude, you need to listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. Like I get, like she's in the new relationship with Todd and all that shit, but it's also like, come on. Like you know what these soups are about, and why are you allowing this? Like, why would you even be with somebody who loves is the complete opposite of Mother's Milk?
But that's exactly why it's the exact opposite. But I just would think that there's now a black woman I know that wouldn't have said, "You don't take my child somewhere without letting me know where you're going. You don't do that. I don't care who you think you are. You don't do that." And that's what she should have said.
See in this guy? What did she see in Todd?
He's home probably. Mother's Milk wasn't there. He's always going off doing that. She thought all the danger and stuff, but he's home. He's not dangerous. He's, milk toast. It's not Mother's Milk. He's milk toast.
He's milk toast. Yeah. Plain toast.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. It's the opposite. But also, like you said, I was more surprised that she wouldn't like go to Todd like, "Oh, you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then she pops him in the face too. Like, don't you ever because I'm like, because that's what made me more upset was not him being mad at Todd and Todd being a stupid, Homelander, crazy, supporter. It's the mom. It's it was like, come on, all the stuff Mother's Milk goes through, and what he says is true. So I don't know. That's where I had the problem with that. Was like, come on, lady, and you don't know where your kid is, like come on. So,
that's such a problem. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What you think about the whole thing with A-Train?
Yes, that's what I want to get into.
Oh man,
that was my second biggest whammy up until the end. I was like, holy shit, and then the end happened, and then you forget.
Exactly.
God, the things Ashley was saying to him when he woke up, and how she wants and her plan to turn things around in his favor, wants to make a biopic that potentially co-starring Tom Hanks.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
she was
having him have like a. Yeah. Oh yeah, she was. Yeah.
Not enough.
Mother's Milk was more upset. Yeah. Not enough. Yeah, that's it. Not enough.
He didn't even seem to use full power in that punch too. It seemed like he kind of pulled that punch, That
was a little slap.
You still put him to sleep. Surprised a dude in a purple shirt didn't pop up on the lower half of the screen and say "Toasty."
Right.
That
was funny.
But
he should have hit him, and everyone go. That's what I was doing. I was like, yo!
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, Tom might stayed asleep on the asphalt in the driveway.
on the asphalt, yeah.
Uh,
Just leave him there for a while.
yeah, he'll learn his lesson.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, the
How
A Train
did-
thing.
That A Train so he got Blue Hawk's heart.
Yeah,
But I did not expect that. Holy shit!
I
Holy
did not
shit.
expect that either. You know, I was surprised there was enough of him left on that asphalt that his heart was still intact and in good condition. The way he got road hauled.
How would you feel if you're A Train, like to have that guy, that racist guy who basically kept your brother, who's now never going to be able to walk again,
Yeah,
did all that, and his heart is in your chest.
yeah, is literally like part of
Keeping
him
you alive.
literally lives on in you.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
now
the-
you're
but-
already self-hating. He's kind of hating himself already. Now, how defecating? Do you really? How do you really feel about yourself? Like, how can you really continue to go, knowing that his compound V heart is in your chest? I don't know.
Yeah. And there you go. Andy said it. He goes, now he has to, play the game, play
Yeah.
ball, and call the guy a hero, for giving him his heart. But also, like, now, I think was it Ashley? Was it Ashley?
Yeah.
Was like, oh, but now you have a soup's heart, so now you can do
You
your
can
normal thing
run
again and not have to worry about it.
and,
So I was like, shit. So
You know,
he gets his powers back. He gets to live, but all because of that. So I don't know. I mean, does A Train finally turn the page and become somebody a little bit better?
Or does A Train decide to turn on Homelander?
Yeah.
And join Butcher.
Yeah.
And say,
I mean,
F Ashley. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I hope so, because it seemed like he was, on an upward trajectory in terms of his redemptive arc, especially in the Herogasm episode. He apologized to Huey. He, even though he has his heart, at least he succeeded in getting killing Blue Hawk.
But then do you think that so now Starlight is possibly A Train is looking to literally this time really join her? Will she allow that? Can she turn the other cheek again? Knowing what he did?
I don't think she will, or it'll be a very, very uneasy alliance or a necessary alliance. The guy, even with what he did the previous episode before this one, the guy still snitched out Supersonic, ratted out Supersonic.
Yep.
Or
does he join Butcher and Huey? Especially after he apologized to Huey, and Huey just all that hate for him kind of left his body, and it's like, all right, well, I hear, because I've done things like this, and does that push Starlight even further away from Huey, Starlight just walked out, just going to go. I gotta find her because it's 24 compound 24V, whatever, is going to kill him.
Yeah,
and she's like, no, I'm not gonna allow it to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, A Train probably if he's got to go, the only way I see him going with Starlight is Starlight's like, cool, here's my Instagram, feed, go live and denounce the boys or denounce the Seven. He's not going to do that because he ain't stupid and he ain't going to want to
trying to die.
Be on Homelander. Yeah, exactly. So he's not going to do that. He's not going to prove himself the way she wants him to prove himself. I think either that or another way. So the best bet is to go with Butcher and Huey, and
Butcher just looking for another guy now, because now, what are you doing with Homelander? This might be the worst team up of all time.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Soldier Boy to Homelander, father and son. We need Edgar back.
Yeah,
we need Edgar back.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back. I think he's letting it all hit the fan, and then he's gonna come in and pick up the pieces.
Yeah. This, that can't be the end of Edgar. Last time we saw him, he's gonna come back.
Yeah. Man, I'm just trying to think of like all the other shit.
Oh no!
So
so we got to talk about cartoon characters.
Oh,
So
that's right. Holy crap!
I was like, what the f is
that
going
was
on
so.
here?
So out of left field. I did not see that coming. That just like what?
Mhm.
What? Yeah. Well, real quick, that's what Andy said. The comics don't have any redemption on their characters. So I just
They
finished
really
watching like a video of all the comics. So I'm all caught up with the comics, and yeah. I mean, it doesn't have a happy ending, but it's also very different from the comics, and I know Brandon's been saying that for the past couple of weeks. It is completely different. They changed so much. They changed the Deep. I didn't know in the comic books the Deep was basically wearing a fucking scuba suit, the old school kind of big bowl on the head. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
In this one they make him more like Aquaman looking like, but yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So Black
Oh,
Noir
the
is
Deep
scared
such
as
a
crap.
sleazebag.
Black Noir is scared as crap of Soldier Boy.
Of Soldier Boy, yeah. Did not see that additional twist coming with him. Obviously as
with all the cartoon characters, like
reason.
that's his best friend. That's the only friends he talks to. These cartoon characters.
That's so funny.
It kind of reminded me of Deadpool in the comics, where he's basically hearing voices in his head.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I like that.
But yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
I saw that. I was like,
expect
what the hell is going on? What is that?
Like, what is going on, right?
And they're talking.
Yeah,
they're the whole episode. So I'm like, all right.
Well,
Them sitting in
they
a little,
give you a lot of lore, like, which is very important information done by cartoons, which was kind of like funny, but it's very fitting to the boys. But yeah, they kind of give you the whole story of why was it Payback turned on Soldier Boy. So that was pretty good, and I think it told a good story. That was like the best way to do it, is just have a little play, and then there you go, here's all the story. No flashback, nothing. It's just something stupid and a lot of info.
That was good.
So,
okay,
yeah.
What about Kimiko and Frenchie?
Loved it.
Loved it. I really liked it, and I had a feeling in some way, shape, or form she was going to end up regaining her powers. Be it Soldier Boy's, power draining abilities being permanent or temporary. I was kind of up in the air about that, but obviously they kind of explained that a couple episodes ago. Her taking Compound V,
because
there was no way they were. Yeah, there's no way they were going to keep her down for the count.
Yeah. Andy did call it last week.
But
her powers back.
Something she said to Frenchie, she was like, that kiss, it was weird, right? Not because it wasn't good. It was weird because we're so much more than that. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. So we're family. Everyone else is like, we're doing this for for each other. So I feel like one of them has to die. Frenchie gotta go. Frenchie's gonna go. Just wait. We only got 2 episodes? Frenchie's gone.
I think it's just this last one. I think.
Is there only one more?
Yeah, one more episode.
Season
Friday.
finale this Friday.
I thought, what?
Yeah.
My heart.
Yeah. So next week's that is double finale. That's like we're done with both Miss Marvel and the boys next Wednesday.
That was it. And guess what? Stranger
I think it was
Things.
Friend Zone. Yes. I finally watched the first episode, and it was awesome.
I cried. I cried the last episode. I was like, no.
I'm still mentally processing the season finale.
Let's not
I
tell
went
me.
through a wave of emotions on that.
I want Tank to enjoy watching it at his own pace. That's it.
Yeah. We'll do that. give me next week 2 weeks, and then we'll do a big Stranger Things review.
We're gonna have to because
not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after.
Everyone is already watching it. Everyone's losing their damn mind.
Yeah, I know. I know. But you're going back to the boys. He said friend zone. I don't know if it was friend zone. It was.
They're still romantically there. It's just that it's not just about kissing and hugging. It's about literally loving someone on a different level.
Yeah, it's very much an emotional connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's been very interesting to see kind of how that relationship unfolds as the series has gone on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it. I think it's interesting between them two. But I can see Frenchie sacrificing himself. I don't think that he's going to do that this season. I think that might be a little bit farther down the line.
Only one episode left. Just
I
saying.
don't think
this. Does Huey live? Someone has to die.
Oh, yeah, Supersonic wasn't enough.
It's the boys. One of them have to die. Always.
Not anytime soon. Now that I know how the comic book ends, I can see them going that route, and it's gonna piss off so many people. It's gonna piss off so many people, but it makes sense. It makes sense for the story on how it would end. If they do it that way. But
I mean, but it's been so different from the comics, so who knows?
It has. Yeah. Frenchie is awesome. I really do like him. But they all mentioned Frenchie when they went to the Hero Castle. Yeah.
But he would.
I mean, but it's because they're all friends, and like you said, Kamiko said it best. Is like we're more than that, and it's also not just her and Frenchie. It's also the boys in general. They're all family.
Yet Butcher continues to lie.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he is.
Oh yeah, that was not cool. Him lying to Huey about getting more Compound V. With obviously he's addicted to it at this point.
No, not just that, but he doesn't want to. He wants to win, and he needs Huey to win.
Yeah. That's why I think he wants Homelander more than anything else, and he's willing to sacrifice everything and everyone, which sucks. He ties the group together, especially with Huey's slide. Yeah. But I've been seeing a lot of people on the internet talking a lot of crap about Starlight. Is Huey tells her like, I need this to protect you, to protect us, and she's like, no, that's bullshit. You're an asshole. And then Kamiko says the same exact thing. And she's like, oh, yes, I get it. I understand. Where Kamiko's like, oh, I need to have power so I can protect the people I love. The same exact thing. And one she hates and one she's like agreeing with. So it was like.
Well, she's also not in love with Kamiko. And Kamiko also was already given it. She already had those powers. She doesn't have 24. Power. So it's not like this is a little bit different.
Yeah. But Butcher, though. After his visions, which was super cool, super fun. The vision was super cool. I thought, I'm like, oh, maybe are we gonna see a different Butcher? Is he gonna turn it? And then he does that. He goes, hey, we need to go get some more. I'm willing to kill you and me so I can win. I thought that was the holy shit. I thought that was the what the F at the end of the episode.
He did it. You saw what happened to his brother. You understand why his dad is the way he is. Such a dick. And that's why he's turning into his dad and willing to sacrifice Huey of all people. Like, that's just. And I think Huey finds out about it. Doesn't take the last one. And does he leave Butcher?
And he leaves Butcher out to dry?
Yep. And it's just Butcher, Homelander, and Soldier Boy looking at each other.
2-on-1.
I can see it.
Is it 2-on-1? Is it really?
I know. That's something we, now is he the actual father? I don't think he is. And then Soldier Boy is too egotistical to just give up his fame for something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, okay. So I think he is so egotistical that he'll think the fruit of my loins is more important than anything. Just like Homelander was with his son. You know how that's more important than anything. So it's the same thing. Just looking at back a generation. So I can see that, but I can see that him trying to take over Homelander and Homelander pushing away, and then now they're going to fight to the death. Because think about it, something has to
Yeah,
happen.
I forgot about Ryan.
Yep, because
I
Ryan's
completely
still
forgot
there.
about Ryan. Holy shit! Yeah.
What if Ryan?
Yeah, I wonder if he's
who saves. What if he saves Butcher? He's the only way that Butcher doesn't die.
Mm-hmm. I can.
Wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
Start learning how
he goes there to get mad. He goes there and he's mad at Butcher, and then he sees him getting his ass kicked, and then Ryan.
You see who it is? It's Homelander about to kill another parent of his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Ryan loses his shit.
Yeah. Yeah. John Noble was great as Butcher's dad. Yeah, he really was.
Really was great.
Like how you have two guys who are exactly the same character.
Yeah. Ah, man, this one from beginning to end was really, really good. You know, because like when it's just Huey and Soldier Boy, you know, I thought that was a good interaction. You know, like them walking and he kills the nun, the nun and the priest, and you're thinking Soldier Boy's crazy, and he was right. And yeah, it was just a weird, funny like combo. You know,
I think we have to address this whole, Soldier Boy, Homelander. Where is it going to go from here? I want to hear what you guys, where you guys see this going.
I'll let Brandon go first.
Brandon, you go first.
To paraphrase something from Empire Strikes Back, I could kind of just see them ruling as father and son in their own twisted way. I think rather than another fight, like we were saying, you know, Soldier Boy's going to convince Homelander to join his side, or vice versa, and they're just going to go around wreaking havoc. You know, we're at the point of no return for Homelander anyway. Starlight kind of exposed him. She recorded that video of him threatening her. So he's really about to go off the deep end, I think. And Soldier Boy is probably going to either join or influence or kind of egg him on in the end, turn against Butcher and Huey and everyone else. I don't see him just playing ball with Butcher anymore. I just don't. I think there's going to be another turnaround in Homelander's favor, because that's usually the case anyway. So, the previous season ended with the boys kind of, at least in their minds, winning or triumphing. I think this is going to be vice versa this time. And the shit's really going to hit the fan in a very monumental way.
Okay, so I'll go next because I feel like Tank is going to blow our minds. Whoa.
Yeah. No, real quick. So Andy Bush said they did telegraph the Soldier Boy reveal a bit since the last season. The only humanizing trait for Homelander is he is being raised in the lab. I know, which is weird. Because you kind of like feel sorry for him. The only reason to like Soldier Boy is he isn't Homelander, which is true. Like,
pretty much.
Oh, you're a piece of shit, but you're not that much of a piece of shit.
Oh no, you are. At least you're not the all-powerful piece of shit. You're not trying to kill everybody.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it.
I feel like, well, first off, I read an article that said that they weren't sure they were going to go this route with Homelander and Soldier Boy, with him being his father. Mm-hmm. That they weren't sure, and very few people knew that was the way they were going to go, which is very similar to Empire Strikes Back with the whole Luke and Vader thing, because no one knew that Vader was Luke's father. So I thought that was interesting. First thing. Second thing, I feel like I saw at the beginning of this season that Homelander was getting ready to fight Soldier Boy in the season finale. So something has to happen because right now Homelander is Vault, right? And Homelander has told everybody that the Soldier Boy is what's going on. He's the real villain. He's going around killing Supes, and there's no need to worry about it because I got him. So I feel like to save face, especially after this whole interview with Starlight, he might have to fight him. You know, and then how does Butcher then use that to his advantage? And then, but he might do that, get everything he wants, but loses Huey, and instead of killing Homelander, he tries to chase Huey because of all the bad shit he's done. So that might be interesting.
That's putting a lot of faith in Butcher doing the right thing.
If he sees Ryan,
it could be.
If he sees those two fighting and sees him and Ryan in that same instance, and remembers what happened with his brother, because now we understand Butcher a little bit more, and seeing what happened with his brother, him leaving him, and all that other stuff. Does that eventually win over? I don't know.
Yeah. Didn't Starlight say it was Soldier Boy? I thought Homelander denied it.
I don't remember.
I think that was just. I think he was trying to say like stay face and say like no, it's not Soldier Boy, it's not Soldier Boy, but I think he knew it was.
Yeah, but he knew it was, but he can't be seen with him now, especially
can't say it. Yeah,
and then he doesn't want anyone to find out that that's his father.
Oh, now, oh my God, yeah.
So that could be a motivation in itself to kill him, or try to kill him at least. But he's radioactive. How do you kill something that's a radioactive isotope?
Radioactive, yeah.
He has his half-life of a billion years. I don't know.
Or he knew it, but Vought denied it publicly. Yeah.
And now the Vault is Homelander, since he's now running it. I feel like that is going to force his hand.
Yeah. Well, that was the first thing he thought about. He goes, how it's going to affect the numbers and sales and all that stuff. Where Starlight's like, we need to go out and protect people, and he's like, fuck that. He goes, I don't care. He goes, I want to know about money, which is so funny. But yeah. That's all right.
Let's hear what you got.
Man, I really don't have anything because it's really this show. Just every time I think about something, it just blows me away, and my mind gets blown, and I have no idea what to think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust. I don't think. I know. I forgot what one of you guys said. Where Soldier Boy, like his ego, but he's more like he goes, oh, that's what a good dad does. I don't think he's a good person, so why would he be a good dad? You know what I mean?
Well, it's not about being a good dad, but wanting to have your legacy go on. Your legacy live on. Because it's like whatever Homelander does, it also talks about him. And same thing with Homelander. Homelander wasn't is not a good father, but he still wasn't Ryan because you want your legacy to go on. You want to have something else in your life.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's still putting a lot of faith in him not being the main star. I don't know. Even Homelander with all his daddy issues and mommy issues and stuff like that. It's just interesting because him and what's the senator chick? I can't think of her name.
Victoria.
Victoria. Yeah. Like she tried making a deal with Homelander after he was milking the cow, which was very weird. Oh man,
that was so weird, wasn't it?
It was. But it just says how like he's got mommy and daddy issues. It's not one or the other. It's both.
He was made in a lab. That just makes sense of what happens.
Yeah. And even in the comic, he's always looking for daddy's approval. In the comic of the guy in charge of Vault.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. And now he has an actual daddy. So is he gonna just do whatever he says?
They're going to fight. That has to be.
I mean, yeah, they have to. At some point they're going to disagree. One of them is going to tell the other one to do something that they don't like, or they're like, "You don't tell me what to do," or that type of shit, or like, who's really in charge? Because Homelander's like, well, he grew up always the leader, and no one ever questioned him ever, and so the Soldier Boy, until his team turned on him. So you have two people who don't know how to take a back seat. So that alone, I think, might be interesting on something like that. So, my thing is, what are your odds on Jensen Ackles saying "Who's your daddy" in the next episode? that is more likely to happen than anything else.
I don't know. I think he's gonna say "son of a bitch" because he says that in every episode of Supernatural. Every single.
He sure did. He sure did.
It doesn't matter if it's funny or you're joking, but he says it in every episode.
I agree with my dad all the time. It happens. It's the life of father and son.
It is. I argue with my dad, and me and him like this, and I argue with him every day.
Yeah.
Very seldom have I really had any arguments with my dad in my entire life.
Wow,
come to think of it,
amazing.
There have been some here and there. Don't get me wrong. Just not a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm a type A personality. And he is a type A personality. So guess what? We're gonna clash. That's what it is.
That happens. So that's exactly what's gonna happen here, man.
Exactly. It's like
two alphas.
I think it's gonna be Black Noir and you're gonna have it's gonna be like a triangle. It's gonna be like a cage match, one for four-way cage match. We got Black Noir, you got Butcher, you got Homelander, and you got Soldier Boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an action-packed finale.
Yeah, it's gonna be chaotic.
I cannot wait to watch it. Because I mean that comes out Friday, which I'm gonna watch it Friday. And then Saturday we're going to see Love and Thunder.
Yep.
So, it's going to be a very fun, comic book weekend.
And I watch Westworld on Sunday, which I've been watching. And then we got the Orville. Oh my God, this is going to be. I need to take this whole weekend off.
We're eating good.
Vacation.
We're eating good.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, anything else before we move on?
Just can't wait.
It's just I'm pumped, man.
Yeah, big time. But cool. Yeah, thanks for everyone in chat. If you're watching live, we appreciate it. Andy, Derpy, all you guys appreciate it. And if you're watching on replay, thank you. So make sure if you're watching on replay, make sure you hit that like button, to subscribe. We're on our road to 300. So let us know what you thought about this episode, about who Homelander's daddy is, what's gonna happen in the finale. And if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna watch a couple trailers before we end the stream. But cool. Let's watch some trailers.
Yes.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right. So I'm gonna save the big one for the end. So we already watched Amsterdam. So I figure we'll watch The Woman King, which is number 11 trending on YouTube right now.
I saw bits of it. I was like, "What?"
It's pretty good. Right off the bat, I'll tell you, it gives me very 300 vibes. Just obviously set in Africa, but it kind of has that kind of feeling to it. So,
I was wondering what the hell John Boyega was doing. He got
right?
doing something. I mean, he don't stop working.
Yeah. I like how Natalie Portman got jacked for Thor, and Viola Davis was like, "Hold my beer for this one," because she is not Amanda Waller in this version. This role, very, very different. I think the most different we've ever seen Viola Davis. But yeah,
let's watch it.
Let's just watch it. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, let's check it out. I haven't seen it yet.
An evil is coming that threatens our kingdom, our freedom. But we have a weapon they are not prepared for.
My king, the Europeans wish to conquer us. They will not stop until the whole of Africa is theirs. We must fight back for our people.
Maneska, you are asking me to take them to war. War.
Some things are worth fighting for.
Don't know, take my power. Don't know, take my power.
You are called to join the king's guard.
Don't know, take my power.
No kingdom in all of Africa shares this privilege. Train hard, fight harder. We fear no one. And we fear no pain. I offer you a choice. Fight or we die.
Ready for war, where you going?
To be a warrior, you must kill your tears.
We are the spear of victory. We are the blade of freedom. We are the homie. Don't know, take my power. Don't know, take my power.
Shit.
Holy shit.
Right? That looks amazing.
That looks so freaking good.
I mean,
Dude.
I know Disney, Marvel got to be like, let's not put out Wakanda forever for right now. Let's just hold off. Let's let this whole thing die down. That was amazing.
That was awesome. Dude, she got shredded, dude.
Hold on. This is not the real John Campia. It can't be. I don't know.
That's not the real John Campia.
If it is, dude,
get out of here.
Thank you for coming to this random little show.
Thank you for your time. If this is the real John Campia, it is an honor.
Yeah, seriously. But here he said they showed this trailer at CinemaCon a few months ago. It brought down the house. Can't wait for this. Yes. This seems like it's the real life version of Black Panther.
Oh my goodness! But it's based on true events because I never heard this story. But I know that there are times where someone put their foot down and said, "We're not doing this anymore," and this is powerful. I'm like, oh my goodness!
Right?
I don't know if I want my girls, my little girls, to see this, but part of me does.
Yeah.
Part of me does.
Part of you is like, ew.
And I definitely get the 300 comparison just from a visual standpoint and kind of how kind of stylized it looks from a visual standpoint for sure. But yeah, that looks
how it
amazing.
plays in the darkness, the powerful Viola Davis. Damn,
dude.
I mean, I cannot. She's so strong, so powerful, so just magnetic. Like your eyes can't go away from her. That was amazing. That woman is not young. For her to change her body like that, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
John
you got to remember.
Viola Davis.
We got to remember.
He said she. Go ahead, man.
Well, you got to remember when we were talking about this the other week, Brian, she may not be old, but she's black, so she
that is true.
A lot slower.
I mean, and look, Angela Bassett is like close to 70. No one believes that.
But that's like 35 in black years. So
I don't know. don't know. So if this is John Campea, dude, thank you. We appreciate you showing to this like random, little guys with less than 300 subscribers. If it is you,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it has your
I don't
If
care
it
if
is
it's not.
profile and
I
all that
still
stuff.
appreciate it.
Yeah. So I know I
Yeah.
follow him on my main channel.
I
But
follow him on mine too.
yeah,
Makes three of us
for a while. Yeah, there you go. But he said Viola Davis came on stage and presented, and it was powerful. I can see that. I mean, just Viola Davis in general is just an amazing actress. Amazing. I mean, yeah. And then this is like, oh man, and it's coming right before, um, yeah.
It's
Answer this
really-
is really me. Join the chat.
That's
We appreciate it,
awesome.
man. Thank you.
I have to say though, I mean, I feel like we need this. In the time of losing Chadwick Boseman, I would love to hear what E-Man thinks about this. Because in that time when you're losing something so powerful, to have something like this to see, I'm amazed. I'm amazed, and this is going to be something I have to follow and see, just what people are saying about it, because I really hope it's everything that it looks like it is. How powerful that really was.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. It reminded me of 300, like you said, for like obvious reasons, just like the whole fighting, war, the whole style. But then once I saw it was like based on true events and stuff like that, and then the most powerful woman army ever, and I was like, damn, that's like Black Panther. So I'm like, I wonder if Black Panther kind of took that real life event, of what this is getting at, and is this going to be what Wakanda Forever kind of should be? Like you're focusing on the warriors, like instead of whatever they plan on doing, replacing T'Challa, in rumors. But yeah, it looked. I saw this today. It came on. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. Viola Davis, and I watched this trailer like 3-4 times because I was like, holy crap, this is so well done. I love it.
I think it deserves. I mean, it's so much. It deserves a. It deserves a. When you say it, like it's that strong. That's really interesting. I cannot believe it. It will bring. I can see it bringing down the house anywhere. When is this coming out?
September 16th, I think it said.
I'm not doing anything September 16th, guys. Just letting you know. Football. I'm going to see this movie. This is unbelievable.
Oh, this is automatically right on the list of to go see.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I will be there front and center.
Yeah,
I love the fact that John Boyega's in this. I love that fact.
Yeah. Who's playing like the king, which is pretty awesome.
He's the king, but it seems like he follows. Her. Like all right, no, I'm just.
It had some like gladiator vibes too. Like where. He's Caesar, but everyone follows the general, the guy who leads us to war. So it's kind of like that too. But yeah, I cannot.
You want me to go
wait.
war with these guys? Yes. And she didn't miss any words. It was straight fire, and I felt that power. That's something that should be an Oscar-worthy nomination. That's something that I will love to see. If the Oscars really give that the time of day that it deserves.
Yeah. I guess I'm looking at the description in the YouTube video. It says it was the African kingdom of Dahomey, 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 in the 1800s.
So right in the middle of the Atlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
And putting your foot down. That's powerful.
Yeah. Super cool. Man, I loved it. I don't know. Anything else before we get into our last trailer, which will be very, very different?
Yeah. Honestly, that might have stole the show for me.
Yeah,
that stole the show for me.
Yeah, that's an absolute must-watch for me. That's going to be an opening nighter for me.
You know the hashtag
for sure.
minions and hashtag gentle minions. It's gonna be a hashtag Brian dressed up in a dashiki, oiling up his muscles. Let's go. I'm putting rubber bands around. Now my little baby's doing the same thing, ready to go. They're my protectors.
You're gonna bring your army of
The
female
whole
warriors.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's funny.
I like that.
You got your Halloween costume all set, like walk around the neighborhood, scaring people.
Oh, I'll scare everybody. You know my neighborhood.
Exactly.
Live off a lake. People would be scared to death.
Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, let's move on to the next video, and then also shout out John Campia. Thank you for showing up.
That's amazing.
Right?
Yeah, appreciate it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm really starstruck right now. No lie.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but let's get on to the last one, and then we'll call it a night.
Okay.
All right. So our last trailer for the night, been kind of hyped up for the past couple days. Let's get right into it. His 17th film. Clerks 1, classic. Clerks 2, okay, and now we finally are getting Clerks 3. Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob. But yeah, let's watch it and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Yep.
Okay.
Somebody get over. That's how we did it in the 90s, son.
Can't catch my breath, man.
Really? Should I try mouth stuff?
What is this, a Tinder date? Get off of me. Oh, shit.
Mr. Dante! I need an ambulance at the quick stop.
Saved my life, man. Wish I had a life worth saving.
What are you talking about?
Sit around and watch the same movie over and over.
I always thought you could have made a cool movie.
You're right. I'm living on borrowed time. No more watching movies.
I'm gonna make a movie! What's the movie gonna be about? It's about him working here. Meta.
Everything in the script is something either me or someone I know said.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Maybe Jay and Silent Bob could be characters.
Jay and Silent Bob are like C-3PO and R2-D2. They've been here since the first movie, which was the last time they were cool. But they've been with the franchise so long, they still give them cameos and put them on the lunchbox.
I believe in you.
You should put in that stuff you used to say about the Death Star contractors.
Get sued by Disney? No way.
Now that's what I call acting!
Take off your pants.
What the hell is this?
I added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not letting you kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel?
A sequel? What am I, a hack?
I think it needs more weed.
I just said this fall.
That is the exact opposite.
Very different from the last trailer.
Complete shift from the last trailer,
Yeah.
right?
Oh man, that's funny.
And then he said he was thinking about that hockey scene like 2 days ago. Yeah.
That was really interesting. I mean, honestly, it's going to be something I'm going to go see because it's just nostalgic for me. I mean,
yeah,
it's awesome. I want to see it. It is very meta. Making a movie about your life, like it's just it's so clever.
That seems to be Kevin Smith's thing now, making kind of like meta or movie within a movie, because he kind of did the same with the Jay and Silent Bob reboot a couple of years back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Every time I see them, I remember with Kevin Smith how good of a friend he is. Every time I see it, I think about that story, and I have to support it just because of that.
Yeah, chances are I'll end up checking it out. I'm not sure if I'm going to see it in the theater. It might be something that I wait on because, like, admittedly, I'm not like a terribly huge Kevin Smith fan, and by that I mean I usually don't like run out to go see his movies. But I'll watch it. Chances are when it's on digital, probably.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
And the heart attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, calling back to Kevin Smith's actual life.
Actual heart attack.
Having a heart attack.
Yep.
You
It's
know,
actual heart
and,
attack.
and realizing like, hey, life is short. Maybe I should do some cool shit. More cool
Mhm.
shit. I mean, he was already doing cool stuff.
I mean, but
yeah.
Jason Mewes. I mean, I'm saying with him.
Yeah.
I mean, and I feel like it's really they don't have to say anything because the movie's really about their life, like them, like realizing when we get older, we need to step up this stuff, or Kevin Smith being there to support his friends and all that stuff. I think that's what it's really about, and that's really, really cool. And because of that, I probably will see it in the movie theater because I enjoy it. I really do. Like one of my favorite all-time movies is Dogma. Honestly, Dogma is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Love Dogma.
Yeah.
Love Dogma.
Dogma
so
was
much.
really
It's
good.
So good.
I mean, stacked cast too, again.
Chris Rock as Rufus.
Yeah.
The 13th disciple.
I think that's my favorite Kevin Smith movie.
George Carlin?
George
Carlin was in it.
God turns out to be Alanis Morissette, which is still hilarious
what's
for
his
me
name
to this
too?
day.
Jason
Lee.
Why am I having a brain fart on
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
There you go. Yeah, Alan Rickman was in it. Yeah, I mean it was just the
voice of God.
The voice of God, Alanis Morissette. But also
that's funny.
Oh my god. Why am I having a brain fart with her name? He was the
Salma Hayek.
stripper. Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
The Muse.
Yeah. 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 It was that one's definitely like, so good. So good.
Yeah.
Pop out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They weren't all home runs.
They're not.
Yeah. He like the late to the late 2000s to like the early to mid 2010s. He was making some weird stuff. He did Cop Out. He did that weird Tusk movie that took me a while.
Tusk was awesome. Tusk was awesome. It was so stupid though. It was super, super stupid, but it was pretty awesome.
It was very, very stupid. I think
it was very.
I think
porno. Did he direct that?
He did. Zack and Miri did.
He did Zack and Miri. Yeah.
Hey, Fanboys. Think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, Fanboys.
He
Holy
did
shit.
Fanboys?
Yeah, Fanboys is.
Yeah.
No, he didn't direct it.
Oh, he was
Kyle Newman. I think he's probably a producer or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, I don't think he did that, but.
And then he did that movie
Jersey Girl,
Hosers, which was
Jersey Girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did Yoga Hosers.
No, Kevin Smith director.
After Tusk, which
that
one wasn't the greatest.
But that was his daughter was in it.
Yeah.
What's that?
You say you love Tusk, so
yeah.
I liked
Tusk was awesome.
I liked Tusk until Johnny Depp showed up in it. Playing Inspector Clouseau's long lost cousin, and then it just Tusk. There are a lot of things in it that worked. It was weird, and I think
silly, yeah.
And
He also made Batman
I
PC
liked that it was so weird.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously his main three: Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Clerks. Those are the ones that started it.
I mean, he had some number one. I mean, some Mallrats. You said Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Silent Bob Strike Back, Jersey Girl was good. I mean, it was okay.
Jersey Girl was not good.
It was okay. Clerks
Jersey
2
Girl?
was great. Clerks,
I like Clerks too.
I thought it was great. I thought that Zack and Miri.
Yeah, I like Clerks too.
I hated Cop Out. I didn't watch the cartoon movie. Tusk was very weird. I don't know how you say you liked it. It was very weird.
Like it was. That's why it was so stupid. Yeah, first Stan Lee cameo in Mallrats.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And which is awesome because also I believe in the movie Captain Marvel, with Stan Lee's cameo. He's practicing the line in Mallrats. So
Yeah.
big full circle, super awesome. Like stuff like that is like, you know, us nerds love.
And think what you will of the movie Captain Marvel. That was my favorite Stan Lee cameo. I loved that he was practicing
himself.
for. Yeah, he was himself. The smile exchange between him and Brie Larson was adorable. I thought. That was my favorite MCU Stan Lee cameo easily.
I gotta give you that one. I agree. All the other ones were fun, but that one it hit a little different because it was Stan Lee. You know,
it was Stan Lee, and
you know, stupid. But yeah,
I think it's the timing. It's the timing.
Definitely, the timing had a fair amount to do with it. You know, because that was his second to last cameo while he was still alive. You know, that in Endgame, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah, going off on how great Kevin Smith is for the most part. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. My biggest concern is 28 years later, about 28 years later, I mean, it's made for more people like us, obviously, and maybe even a little bit older. You know, but is it gonna have the same hit with like some of the younger audience? You know,
but it's fine.
I mean, they're not gonna. Yeah.
I don't think it will.
I don't think so either. I mean, it's not. Yeah.
But you know what? That
all
is
his
Keanu
movies.
Reeves. You know.
Right.
You know, I thought that it's something you should do. If you want to do it, why not? Who cares? Who cares what anyone thinks?
Yeah. And he goes, not at all. But so what? Exactly. It's made for the people who loved Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Clerks 1. It's them. I think Ben Affleck is also in this one too. I think. Yeah, he's like reading lines.
Yeah, they showed him in the trailer. Yeah,
hilarious. Fucking Ben Affleck. Jesus,
that's good.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
I don't know. I'm
if
excited
you can make
about
a Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventure, another Bill and Ted, and that's from 91. Why can't you do this? Why not?
Yeah, but it didn't do well.
Sure.
Bill and
It
Ted.
didn't have to. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I love it. It was so stupid.
It completed the three movies. It gave me. I felt like it gave me closure. And I think this will do the same thing. Clerks 3, we were talking about for such a long time. It'll give you closure. People that are real fans will enjoy it and be like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Noochie Boochie's my dude.
That's it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go to the theaters and see it. I love Clerks, you know, Kevin Smith. So, but cool. Anything else before we head out?
Man, that other movie still got me.
Yeah.
That Woman King is
looks dope.
I got it.
The Woman King looks dope.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys haven't seen it like today.
I only saw John Boyega. I didn't see the trailer, so I was like, all right, that's fine.
And I was running around pretty much all day, so I didn't have time to really sit down and watch anything other than Miss Marvel this morning.
Before this comes out, I want to look up the Kingdom Dahomey. See, I'll know a lot more coming up.
You
watch the movie, I'll be like
your history going.
I want to recite lines. This is what happened here, and this is what happened here. I'm like, Brian, shut up. Can't help it.
You're right, a little research paper. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all these movies. You know, all these trailers. I think look all really good. Amsterdam, The Woman King, and Clerks 3.
The Woman King.
All right, we hit the 2-hour mark, guys.
Yeah,
time to leave.
Yeah, let's get out of here. We appreciate everybody in chat. Andy Bush, thank you for coming back, hanging out, man. Thanks for the stream. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks, Griffey.
Yeah. And then obviously John Campia, thank you.
John Campia.
Really appreciate it, man. Dude.
Which was awesome.
Just a heads up, I'm gonna put it like it's going on Facebook, it's going on Twitter, like If you're real or
Oh
not.
yeah, oh
it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That's fine.
Of
Of course, Derpy, we appreciate you always. And Martin, for the beginning, that was great. So I appreciate everything. And yeah, now it's time for us to go.
Yep. Yeah, let's get out of here. So, yeah, so make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button, and we'll check you guys out on Monday with Thor. We're finally gonna talk about it, review it. So cool. You might get some video from us live at the theater because we're all going to see it. So you might get
I can get the hammer. It's
videos.
happening. I'm getting hammer.
I'm getting it.
It's happening.
I think I'm gonna grab it. Yeah. I'm kind of you guys have sold me on that.
I'm like,
popcorn
I
one.
can't pick it up. I can't pick it up.
We're gonna nerd out on that shit. All right.
For sure.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys. And we will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Guys.
Later.
All right. Bye-bye. All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.